What's up, guys? It's KZ. I just wanted to go ahead and take a moment to talk about the UFC White House card. The main event and the co-main event are absolutely badass with Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje and Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane doesn't necessarily deserve a 10th title shot because he just blinded the current champion with his fucking baguette fingers. But, that's besides the point. It's cool to see Alex Pereira get a shot at a third belt to make history, becoming the first triple champ in UFC history. I'm pretty sure Ilia Topuria is going to destroy Justin Gaethje, but at least it'll be entertaining for as long as that fight lasts. And hopefully he's going to be fighting Armin next. But I feel like they could have done a little bit better on the rest of these fights, and I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. I'll talk more about the main and co-main event, but I'm going to go ahead and whine and complain a little bit as us UFC fans like to do. First things first, the fights lower on the card are severely lacking in name value here. Like, why the fuck are Amin Zahabi, Kyle Dawkins, and to a lesser extent, Steve Garcia on this card? I mean, like, we have motherfuckers that aren't even UFC 5 on the card. Like, bare minimum for being on this card should be at least that you're in the damn video game. All right, like, this card should have mass appeal to casual fans, and to the casual fan, Zahabi, Dawkins, and Steve Garcia are no names. And I don't have a problem with any of these fighters. Steve Garcia is very, very entertaining. At least he's coming off of a main event win. But Kyle Dawkins has 15,000 Instagram followers. And I know it doesn't matter, who gives a fuck. But come on, bro. We need to have bigger names on this card. That's just the bottom line. Corey Sandhagen got snubbed out of a fight against Sean O'Malley so they can give Sean O'Malley a favorable matchup against Amin Zahabi. And Bo Nickel is like, Kyle Dawkins shouldn't be anywhere near this fucking card. But the only reason why he's here is that so Bo Nickel can have a winnable fight. Should have been somebody like Kelvin Gastelum, who, as opposed to Kyle Dawkins, has 4,090 Instagram followers. But no, they just want to give Bo the NPC Nickel a winnable fight here. And yeah, man. Even Colby Covington, I don't know, instead of anybody besides Kyle Dawkins, like, what is this dude doing on the UFC White House card? Same thing with Amin Zahabi. Like, they wanted to give him a favorable match. They wanted to give Sean O'Malley a favorable matchup so that he can get a win, look good. Should have been Corey Sandhagen. And at least Steve Garcia is coming off of a main event win. But let me just talk about every single fight here from top to bottom. Let's go ahead and talk about Steve Garcia versus Diego Lopez. Now, I really like this fight. This fight's an absolute banger. I don't have a problem with the fight itself. It's just, Steve Garcia isn't the biggest name. But he is going to come in here and scrap. Diego Lopez coming off of that fight against Volkanovski just a couple of months ago, I think, January 31st. This fight's going to be in June, not going to be on June 19th. Or no, June 14th, sorry. So yeah, Diego Lopez, he just apparently fractured both his feet in that Volkanovski fight, so it's going to be a little bit of a quick turnaround for him here against Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia, I think I might be picking him to win. I do like his technicality. I think that he has a technicality advantage over Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez is probably more durable of the two. Steve Garcia, he's been knocked out before by Mahashata. I think that might have been up at 155. Yes, it was. But at 145, he's undefeated. He's been looking really good. But yeah, at least in the UFC, undefeated. But yeah, he's been looking really good. I think I'm going to pick him over Diego Lopez here. I'm not too sure who's the favorite's going to be. It might end up being Diego Lopez. So Steve Garcia, solid underdog. But yeah, man. And then we're going with Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? Like, Kyle Dawkins, I don't have a problem with him, but he's a nobody. I know he's coming off that good win against Michelle Pereira. He's coming off of that good win against GM3. But come on now. Like, Kyle Dawkins, like, nobody knows who the fuck this guy is outside of the hardcore fans that follow the sport, like you and me, that watch every card. Like, if you ask your casual homie that you bring over every now and then to watch the pay-per-view with you, oh, bro, you know who Kyle Dawkins is? Who the fuck is that? That's essentially what this is. So Bo Nickel, they want to give him an easy win. Kyle Dawkins, I mean, he's not going to be an easy win because he's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got good striking. Bo Nickel's coming off of that knockout win over Rodolfo Vieira, the jiu-jitsu guy who doesn't have great striking in himself. This might be an upset. Kyle Dawkins could get it done over Bo Nickel. I mean, Bo Nickel's probably just going to be taking him down, wrestle-fucking him. Kyle Dawkins is solid jiu-jitsu. Kyle Dawkins, I think, might be a little bit better on the feet. Bo Nickel's probably the better. Bo Nickel is absolutely the better athlete. He's going to probably have a speed advantage. But Kyle Dawkins can make Bo Nickel probably not look too great in this one. But I don't know, man. It's just like, in terms of name value, it's severely lacking. Now, Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. This fight's pretty fucking sick. they said, "Oh, Michael Chandler, you want Conor McGregor? Here's Brazilian Conor McGregor." And Mauricio Rufy is probably going to retire Michael Chandler here on the UFC White House lawn, beating his ass. Or we might see Michael Chandler go out there and wrestle fuck Mauricio Rufy and upset the apple cart here at the UFC White House. But I'm thinking that Mauricio Rufy is most likely going to style on Michael Chandler, beat him up on the feet, most likely get a KO win here. Michael Chandler is going to have to dust off those old wrestling shoes if he wants to get this win over Mauricio Rufy, who looked great in his last fight against Rafael Fiziev, looked terrible against Benoit Saint-Denis. So the path of least resistance here for Michael Chandler is to wrestle. We already know that this guy does not like to take the path of least resistance. He likes to take the path of entertainment, especially at the UFC White House. Michael Chandler is probably going to go out there and try to swing for the fucking fences, try to score a KO over Rufy, who's going to be the slicker guy, the faster guy. He's going to be piecing Michael Chandler up for as long as the fight lasts. Most likely he's going to get a sick highlight reel win here. Now we've got Sean O'Malley versus Ayman Zahabi. Fucking hell, man. Corey Sandhagen snubbed here. It should have been Corey Sandhagen versus Sean O'Malley. That's the fight that the UFC fans have been wanting to see for the longest time. But they just want Sean O'Malley to get a highlight win here. They want Sean O'Malley to look good. Ayman Zahabi is the guy that he can do that against. Now, Ayman Zahabi's on a solid winning streak. He's coming off of wins over Marlon Vera, Pedro Munoz, Jose Aldo, Javid Basharat, which is an impressive win. A knockout over Orichi Lang, Ricky Tercios, and Draco Rodriguez, whoever the fuck that is. So he's on a 7-fight winning streak, which is impressive in the bantamweight division. That fight against Jose Aldo was razor close. A lot of people thought that was a robbery. I eked it towards Ayman Zahabi, but it was a very close fight. The fight against Chito Vera was very close as well. Chito only lost because he literally doesn't fucking throw punches. But yeah, Sean O'Malley coming off of a win over Song Yadong, which I think is definitely a lot more impressive than Ayman Zahabi. Song Yadong, I feel like I would pick him to beat Zahabi. But yeah, man, Sean O'Malley, they just want to give him a premier spot on a premier card to get a great win over a guy that is, on a solid winning streak. So they just want Sean O'Malley to be highlighted here. So this is the Dana White privilege card. You've got Michael Chandler, who's on this card just because of his Dana White privilege, and they want Rufy to win. But you got Bo Nickel, Dana White privilege, getting a Kyle Dawkins fight. Diego Lopez. I mean, I guess you could say Diego Lopez has Dana White privilege, but I think they want Steve Garcia to win this one. But, they might end up having that backfire on him. And then, yeah, man, now we've got Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. This fight's fucking awesome. Ciryl Gane blinded the current champion. They're fighting for the UFC interim heavyweight championship. The winner is going to fight Tom Aspinall when he finally comes back. Tom Aspinall got Brown syndrome when he got poked in the eyeballs by Ciryl Gane. Damn shame. This guy does not deserve another title shot because he's a fucking dirty cheater. But it was either this dirty French cheater or the fucking even bigger American cheater in John Jones. So we have the eye poker or the eye poking steroid woman beater. So I guess we can just go with the fucking French eye poker. So it is what it is. Hopefully, this guy keeps his fingers away from Alex Pereira's eyes. He doesn't fucking blind Alex Pereira. I doubt that if Alex Pereira gets eye gouged and has to stop fighting, the UFC fans are going to be like, "Oh, Alex Pereira's a fucking quitter, bro." They're probably all going to be pissed off at Ciryl Gane. And hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully Ciryl Gane keeps his fucking fingers to himself and refrains from penetrating Alex Pereira's fucking eyeballs. So yeah, I'm picking Alex Pereira here. I'd like the fucking shitload of glory kickboxing experience that he has. I was looking for a word other than shitload, but shitload can work. Alex Pereira, I liked his striking here. He's going to be probably coming in here around 240. Ciryl Gane looks like in his last fight was 247. I think he might have been around 250 against Tom Aspinall. Let me go ahead and check. Looked like he came in. Yeah, he was 247. So I think that him and Alex Pereira are going to be relatively the same size. I think that Ciryl Gane might have a little bit of a speed advantage, which will be interesting. But I see Alex Pereira being the cleaner guy, the more technical guy. He should be able to catch Ciryl Gane with punches, break him down as the fight goes on with the calf kick. But it is an interesting fight. I think Ciryl Gane opened as a betting favorite. So if you want to get Alex Pereira at underdog money, go ahead and try to go for that. Now we've got Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. I'm pretty sure Justin Gaethje is going to get slimed out, as the kids say. Ilia Topuria, he should be fighting Arman Tsarukyan, and that's the most competitive fight in the division. I've said it before. But Justin Gaethje, He won the interim championship against Paddy Pimblett, absolutely destroyed him. But Ilia Topuria is not Paddy Pimblett. Ilia Topuria has fucking hammers for hands and has some of the most technical boxing in the entire UFC. The guy knocked out Alexander Volkanovski. He knocked out Max Holloway. He knocked out Charles Oliveira in one round, who finished Justin Gaethje in a round, dropped him with a straight right hand, got to his back, choked him out. But I just think that Ilia Topuria is going to be at a massive technicality advantage here. I think that he's able to piece Justin Gaethje up for as long as the fight lasts. And I do think that he gets him out of there via knockout relatively early in the fight, probably first or second round KO. Gaethje's very hittable. Did lots of damage. I mean, Justin Gaethje, he's going to be going out there. He always has a puncher's chance. Imagine the fucking the how big of an upset it would be if Justin Gaethje goes out there and knocks out Ilia Topuria. That would be fucking insane. I highly doubt that it happens, but it would be insane nonetheless. But yeah, man, that's about it. I'm going to probably break this card down more in depth as we get closer to it. But yeah, Steve Garcia, Diego Lopez, banger of a fight. Steve Garcia kind of lacking the name value that I want to see. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. I mean, fucking Dana White privilege to the max, bro. Like, Kyle Dawkins shouldn't be anywhere near this fight, and neither's Bo Nickel, to be quite honest with you. Like, this could have been a banger fucking ranked fight. Instead, we're getting this. We're getting Bot Nickel on this card versus Kyle Dawkins, who isn't even in the fucking UFC video game. Mauricio Rufy, Michael Chandler. Pretty sick-ass fight. Chandler most likely is going to get put on Rufy's highlight reel, but he always has that puncher's chance. Sean O'Malley versus Amin Zahabi, another Dana White privilege matchup. They want to get Sean O'Malley an easy win here. Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. This French fuck better keep his fingers away from Alex Pereira's eyes, but hopefully Pereira is able to fucking knock him out and become the triple champ. And like I just said, Topuria, Gaethje, Topuria by spectacular knockout. Now, leave a like on this video, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Do you like Bo Nickel on this card fighting Kyle Dawkins? Do you like Sean O'Malley versus Amin Zahabi, or do you think that it should have been Corey Sandhagen? Let me know what you think. Comment, leave a like, all that good stuff. Peace out. See you next time. And yada, yada, yada.